Ever hear the word economy and your brain just kind of shuts off? It sounds so big, so complicated, right? But what if I told you you're a part of it every single day? In fact, you're helping shape it with every little choice you make. So let's dive in and see how this huge thing we call the economy is really just a bunch of simple, everyday stuff we all do.
Okay, so to really get this, let's forget the big charts and graphs for a second. Let's just look at a few things that happen all the time, every day. These little moments, well, they're basically the building blocks for the whole shebang.
All right, first up, picture a mom at the grocery store. Super normal, right? But when she buys food for her family, she's doing something huge. She's exchanging money for goods. She's basically telling the store and the farmers, hey, we want more of this. That's a tiny but super important piece of the economy, right there.
Okay, now let's flip that idea on its head. Imagine a student dropping some coins into a piggy bank. That choice, the choice not to spend that money right away, that's just as important. It's saving. And that saved money doesn't just disappear, it's a key part of the puzzle for what happens later.
And last but not least, how does all this happen? Earning money. Think about getting a paycheck at the end of the month. You're basically trading your time and your skills for cash. That cash is the fuel, you know? It's what gives you the power to go out and do the other two things, to spend or to save.
So you've got buying stuff, saving money, and earning a paycheck. They kind of seem like totally different things, don't they? But there's something that links them all together, a bigger system they're all a part of. Any guesses what that is?
Yep, you guessed it. That thread is the economy. All those little actions are just pieces of a giant puzzle. So let's get down to it. What exactly is the economy anyway?
Well, in simple terms, the economy is just how we all make, sell, and use stuff. That's it. It's the whole system for how a community, whether that's a town or the entire world, moves things around. It covers everything from a loaf of bread to the app on your phone.
So here's the big takeaway. When you connect those dots, working, buying, saving, you see they're not just random things happening. Nope, they're the engine of the whole system. They're what makes the money and the resources flow.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting. Pretty much every single one of these economic actions comes down to a choice. And maybe the biggest choice we make, like all the time, is between what we need and what we want. I mean, think about it for yourself. You do this constantly, probably without even realizing it. Should I grab this fancy coffee, or should that $5 go toward my phone bill? Or new video game, or groceries for the week? See, that's you, being an economist, right in that moment.
So let's just make sure we're on the same page here. Needs, those are the absolute must-haves to survive. We're talking food, water, a roof over your head. Wants, well, that's everything else. The fun stuff that makes life better, like a new pair of sneakers or the latest smartphone. The bottom line is, you can't live without your needs. You can definitely live without your wants.
So, how do we make that choice? A huge part of it is the price tag. Seriously, prices are like little signals. They tell us a lot about how much of something there is and how many people want it. If the price of something you want suddenly skyrockets, you're probably going to think twice and spend that money on something you actually need, right? Prices are always nudging our decisions one way or another.
And all of this brings us to a really cool final point. All these little choices you make, they don't just happen and then disappear. They create ripples. They connect every single one of us in this giant system where we all have a part to play.
And that's really the amazing part. Every single time you buy a coffee, you're sending a little message back to the coffee bean farmer. Every day you go to work, you're adding your little piece to a much bigger puzzle. It's your choices added up with millions of other people's choices that actually steer the whole market.
So if you boil it all down, there are basically four main ways we all jump in. We work, we earn, we spend, and we save. That cycle, working, earning, spending, saving, it's like the very heartbeat of the economy.
So if there's one thing to remember from all this, it's that you are not just sitting in the stands watching the game. You're on the field. By working, earning, spending, and saving, you are a crucial player. Your decisions every single day are what keep this whole thing moving and alive.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Now that you know that every choice you make, no matter how small it seems, is a piece of this giant connected system, what economic choice are you going to make today?